Good morning. I'm Captain Robert Atherton, Illinois State Police District 7 and District 17 Commander. Thank you for being here today. The speakers here will give statements of their involvement of the tragic event, and at the conclusion, we'll be open to your questions. I direct this to you here before me. Everyone standing with me is grateful for your concern and involvement from the very beginning of this tragic event and throughout our investigation. With patient and diligent police work, the media disseminating important information to the public, and the relentless efforts of a father and family, we are here today. As you are aware, the Illinois State Police responded to an incident on I-88 westbound at milepost 6 on March 8, 2014, around 7:30 p.m. Upon arrival, it was determined the incident was a fatal hit-and-run pedestrian crash. The Illinois State Police Traffic Crash Reconstruction Unit and the Illinois State Police Investigations responded. Evidence at the scene was carefully collected to provide critical elements into this investigation of this tragic incident. I would now like to introduce Master Sergeant Chris Endress of the Illinois State Police Zone 2 Investigations.
It was a week ago, August 28th, that we announced that Mr. Perez, along with Crime Stoppers of the Quad Cities, was placing up new billboards with updated information. The following morning, Crime Stoppers received a tip with information leading us to Rockford. Agents from our Zone 2 Rockford squad located an address where a 2001 Chevy Tahoe was parked behind the house and closed by a privacy fence. Agents located the registered owner, Maria Romero, at her place of employment in Rockford, and the investigation that followed led to a search warrant for her vehicle and her arrest.
And thank you for being here today and in your efforts from day one, covering this story, keeping us on the front page in the newspapers, media, TV. Without your efforts and you covering this story and showing your sympathy and your support for our family, I strongly believe that this wouldn't be possible. The community of the Quad Cities, every town I've visited, from Alstead all the way to Jocelyn, all the way to Davenport, Silvis, Rock Island, Beckendorf, East Moline, I mean, I've too many to name. All the wonderful people from this community that were kinder than necessary by taking time from their day to hear my story, to hear my plea for help. At times it felt like it was a needle in a haystack, but I said early on, I believe it was to Mr. Endress or this team, I wasn't going away. And I tell the people of this community I wasn't going away. I knew from day one that that team was an elite team that was not going to give up, that was not going to forget about Emilio and what happened that night. They stayed on task. From what they told me day one to still today, about being persistent, staying on task. You know, we were in for a marathon, it wasn't a sprint. And they were right every step of the way. My thanks to everybody at this community, and on behalf of Lauren, myself, our family and friends back home, thank you, Quad Cities, thank you, media, State Police, Crime Stoppers, and everybody for making this day a possibility. God bless you all. I'm not a big social media guy, not on Facebook and those things. I'm old to walk, hit the pavement, knock on doors, and because it's hard to believe that I'm the only person that's not on Facebook. So I did that. I'd come out here every weekend just about, and I'd visit the wonderful people of this community, the businesses, and I'd come back time and time, targeting a different town every single time I came back. And as I made my loop and came back around, I was pleasantly surprised to when people remembered us. They'd seen us on the newspaper, they've seen us on the news, they've seen our billboards. They still had our flyers up in their place of either work or the restaurants or their house of faith. And he's sorely missed, not only by his family, by myself and the community at the high school, but he's not forgotten. I do pray for her family, and like I said, I'm sure they're going through a very difficult time right now.
Has it gotten any easier for you?
No. I cry every day. No. You still feel the pain.